Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yes. It finally happened. Mr. Ben Shapiro has a problem with everyone, I would say, who doesn't follow the script, which he follows and promotes. In this case, the victim could be Candace Owens. I don't decry Candace because I know she's a strong woman and she would not fall under Ben Shapiro's attacks. I will show you how all this thing started between the two, which were associates in their little podcast or whatever Ben Shapiro owns, I think, together with others, and how Candace Owens replied to that, and what's next. I will give you my little assessment on Ben Shapiro and my little assessment on Candace Owens. So let's start with this article coming from the Wrap. Ben Shapiro tells Candace Owens to quit his podcast company during online spat over Israeli coverage. I have no surprise. I mean, for me, this was not a surprise at all that if you don't tell his story, he's going to, retaliate. And he did during a little speech. He attacked her for her position in regarding not only this, but regarding the vaccines as well. So, the Daily Wire founder, Ben Shapiro, urged anchor Candace Owens by all means quit on Wednesday after the two feuded on social media about her coverage of Israel-Hamas war. I've been listening to Ben Shapiro regarding his right after the attacks and the Israelis' right of self-defense and in Gaza, and he didn't disappoint because I knew his way of thinking regarding two subjects, but I will give you that a little bit later. Nevertheless, there are some videos over there and he shows you who he really is. He was around a bit around the bushes in his career, but then he showed you what's going on here. All right, so what happened here? The quarrel began with a TikTok video that went viral over the weekend in which Shapiro blasted Owens for sophistication about the conflict, adding that her disreputable commentary about Israel is ridiculous and full of errors, because she doesn't say, doesn't parrot his line coming from. Owens reportedly responded by posting a Bible verse to X. Blessed are ye, or yea, like what's his name, Kanye West, when men shall revive you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. All right. But hey, she's a Christian, he is not. So what do you want? She added, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. It's not that, but anyway, whatever. Shapiro responded by telling her, Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means, quit. Owens calls her boss emotionally unhinged. Why? I will explain. Unprofessional in her reply. So, what did she do? Candace Owens announces sit down with Tucker Carlson amid feud with boss Ben Shapiro. Allegations of anti-Semitism. Who's the author? Isaac Shore. Okay? That's why you have allegations of anti-Semitism. Criticize, you got that around you. And they sat down. They sat down and they spoke right here. I'm not going to play it, but I'm just going to show you where to find it. And it's on Twitter or X, on Tucker Carlson. Here is the video. And he interviews her. And I listened to the video, and she is strong, logical, and I think does a good job. Now, where is he? He, on the other hand, tries to get as much out of her on this interview, which she is not holding back. Why? Because she's courageous. So go and watch this one. And interestingly enough, he started He started his, I'm talking about Tucker Carlson. He starts his video. Let me play you with something that I said many times before. And let me see if I got maybe like this. Let's see if it's good enough.
16, the Roman Inquisition hauled in. In 1616, the Roman Inquisition hauled in Galileo, the Italian astronomer, and commanded him to stop saying that the Earth revolves around the sun. Shut up, they said. Everyone knows that's wrong, and you're a bad person for saying otherwise. That's a well-known story, of course, and we laugh about it now, 400 years later, because the authorities were completely wrong. Galileo is a hero. They are fools. And we explain this by pointing out that they were religious nuts. They were superstitious. Nothing like that could ever happen now. But it turns out the one constant in human history is human nature. Not only does it happen now, it happens more than ever. Watch Candace Owens get widely attacked, not by one person, but by everyone, for being right.
All right, so I gave you this analogy many times before when I said, don't be afraid to stand by your evidence. And I give you the Galileo Galilei. I said many times, don't feel intimidated because Galileo Galilei, obviously, I don't think we can compare. No, I know we can't compare ourselves with him. But use this analogy. Don't be afraid to be against everyone else's truth when you know, because they probably know too, that's their truth. So just keep going, the same he says. And don't wait, because he said, 400 years Galileo Galilei waited to be rehabilitated or something. Nevertheless, let's go back to this one. Ben Shapiro. Whew. I've been listening often, let's put it often, to Ben Shapiro's debates. He is a very intelligent person. He is very fast. And he is very courageous. Now, if you are courageous because you have a big and strong back, that means you're not courageous. You know what I mean? So if I go and invade a country because I have the United States behind me to come and kick the other country's back, but if they retaliate, then I'm not courageous. Okay? So basically, Shapiro has a big back. Where? Well, you're going to find out with time if you don't know it already. So I've been watching Ben Shapiro for some time, and I liked him a lot. But during my often, times when I watched him, I realized that he is very logical and evidence-based, but he loses those when he talks about two subjects. When he used to talk about two subjects, exactly those, and the only. Everything else, he was very evidence-based, logical, and objective. These two are Vladimir Putin, and the other one was Israel and the Palestinians and the Arabs. These were two subjects where Ben Shapiro was not objective, was not sincere, I think. He got an agenda, and he was losing all the evidence-based or facts that he could use to counter his statements. Those were things that he promoted. Anti-evil guy Putin, and the other one anti the other side of Israel. He's Jewish. He is very much, involved in his religion, which is fine. He's not a Christian, so that's other implication. Him being, I don't know, he's an Orthodox Jew, whatever he is, fine, great for him for doing that, but doesn't mean that's your friend or your enemy. It's based on people's behavior. So in this case, this is Mr. Ben Shapiro. The fact that in his podcast, he can say things that I can't say without being closed, that's another sign that the guys behind Ben Shapiro has a little bit of something that I will never have. So again, I watched videos of Ben Shapiro. I saw titles, headlines of his videos. I wouldn't even dare to put the right words. He's not doing something wrong. Those guys are doing something wrong with me and others, but not to him. He's right. He's allowed somehow to do so. And he's not the only one. There's some other ones too. And they promote a certain kind of view here, but when it's the real thing about other things, no, my man, that's like that. Candace Owens. Candace, so that for me, Ben Shapiro blew it a long time ago. I can't really watch him. I mean, I have been watching him. The last time I watched him was when this happened in Israel, and I saw his 1 hour and 25 minutes video, and I was like, thank you very much, Ben Shapiro. Anyone watching that? And then he came with a follow-up. I said, everyone watches that, understands who you really are and who are those guys over there and so on. And that's it. If you're just objective, you don't have to be very bright to understand that. It's too clear. And the other one, for me, it was, I mean, as I said, let's go to Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a courageous, intelligent woman who I did not see her yet having any masters. Like telling a narrative because that's an interest. I've never seen her. I watched her with, what's his name? I can't remember his first name. Kirk. Another guy, they got together. Kirk. I can't remember his first name. Jason, James, Mike, whatever his name is. So again, I haven't seen her bending for any agenda. She seems to say whatever she thinks is right. And I haven't found her in a wrong yet. And it's very good. So for me, Candace here, Ben here, even though Ben had certain things that Candace does not have. But because he is like that, and it's not money, Candace says it's money. It's not money. It's something more than that. He belongs to a group. He belongs to this. He's fighting a bigger fight than the money. Money is something, no, it's not only that. I don't think Ben Shapiro lost his soul to the money. No, his soul was always over there in this area, and you can't change that. And good for him. But I like when people come forward, because you lose your, I don't know, not lose, but in his case, he built the aura. And when I heard people, oh, Ben Shapiro for president, oh no, shit, no, don't say that. But there will always be people like that. And one day he might even get there with all the, but it's not going to be a good day for certain people. Anyway, my friends, here it is. Go and watch that Candace Owens with Tucker Carlson, 40 minutes of a show. And I don't say I'm sorry, because I don't regret that, but I didn't like to talk about Ben Shapiro on this show for multiple reasons. One, I think that allow people to show their face, and we all do that more or less. And the second one is not that I'm that important, but I'm pretty sure that I'm viewed by certain people that could, and then, but it's all right. We expose ourselves every day to situations. Take risks, and maybe not risks, but don't give up. That's all it is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.